All right, hello. This is a quick tutorial to show you how to integrate Inquisitive into Canvas so that it stays within the LMS and also automatically populates to your gradebook. This is a pretty easy and straightforward way to choose only the practices that you want to use and to put them in the order that you would like them to occur. So I've created this list for you. You'll want to choose the list that's appropriate for your book. So if you're teaching Comp 1 and you're using the Norton Field Guide 5th edition, this is the list you'll use. I have a separate list for those of you using the Little Seagull Handbook because the links are different. The ebook, part of the reason that the links are different is because the ebook pops up when students are working in Inquisitive, so they can refer to the relevant pages. So that's why they're different. Okay, so to begin, I have a module set up here, and so I'm going to click New Assignment, and you can do this in as many modules as you want. Obviously, if you wanted to have a practice every week, you could do that. Normally, I begin with the how to use Inquisitive practice because it helps students get enrolled in it. It helps them sign up with their access code and learn how to use the program. But for today, I'm just going to choose subject verb agreement. The reason for that is because this one will actually allow me to show you the integration of the ebook. Okay, so once that assignment is created, I'm going to open it up and choose to edit it. Okay, once this opens up, I'm going to assign a point value. So I usually set them at 10. Of course, you can do that however you would like. Then your next step is going to be to make sure that you put it in the grading category in your gradebook that you want it to appear within. And then here is kind of where the magic happens. Go to submission type, choose the drop-down arrow, choose external tool. The find box will open up. So we want to go in here, and this is just like if you were embedding a Zoom meeting or using Turnitin or any other LTI plugins you're familiar with. This is an alphabetical list, and we are looking for W.W. Norton. So I see it here. I'm going to click on that. It looks like nothing happens, but actually if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see a URL box has opened up. So that's when I'm going to go to my handy list where I can pick and choose what I want to use and what I don't. And I've said that I'm working on subject verb agreement. So I'm going to copy this exactly as it appears. And I am going to paste it here. And I'll tell you, I always select load in a new tab because unlike Moodle in Canvas, Inquisitive works better if it's in its own tab because it doesn't clip off any of the features so students can see everything that's on the page. It's also a little more mobile friendly, so I'll click select for that. A lot of students, I mentioned mobile friendly because a lot of students like to do this work on the phone when they are out and about or waiting, at the doctor's office or a grocery line or whatever that may be. Finally, I'll assign it a due date and I will save. Okay, so once this saves, it's going to take me back to, it says load Inquisitive subject verb agreement in a new window. So this is not quite ready to go yet. There's one thing that you need to do, and you only have to do this once per semester, per shell. Okay, what you need to do is create a student set. So if you're using 15 Inquisitive practices, you do not have to do it 15 times. You just do it once per class. So you should be logging in with the login information you got from our Norton rep or from Janine or from signing up on the Norton site for instructor access. So typically that is your institutional email and then your password that you were either given or one that you choose. Okay, so once you get here, I always just create a new student set from scratch and click next. You'll see the name of the course automatically populates, which is great. If this was a semester, it would also say that semester in it. Obviously, I am in Nebraska. If you start to type in Southeast, you'll see our 3 campuses show up. So choose that one. Choose your start date for the course. And so I'm just going to choose some arbitrary dates here, but obviously you would choose the ones that are appropriate for your class. Now, these last 2 options I leave blank because I want this enrollment process to be as easy as possible for students. All I want them to have to do is watch the video and enter their access code. So do not select they cannot self-enroll. Don't require them to have another special campus or college ID. Just leave that blank and hit create student set. Okay, once you see this green box that says connected to LMS, you know that you are set. And so from here on out, anything else that you add to this shell for Inquisitive is automatically going to be linked. Now, as an instructor, you'll always get this page when you click on an Inquisitive. So I want to see view student access. So I'm going to choose this one. Obviously, no one is in this course, it's blank, but your students, as soon as they register, they will automatically be populated into every Inquisitive activity so you can monitor their progress. I won't go into details here about how to modify these practices, how to add to them, delete from them, how to change the protocols for them. I'll just say that what I typically do is set them so that all students work to mastery. Okay, so if I were a student, this is what I'm going to see first. Okay, so I'm going to click start answering questions. I just want to see what a normal student would see here. Okay, so this is, again, I'm not going to go into details about the functionality of this because there's plenty of other videos about that. But here's one good thing that you should know is that the handbook pages for your student's textbook is right here, which is another reason why this is a good on-the-go resource, why students can do this on the go. They don't have to have their text with them. They can open this up at any time, read through the information about this practice, collapse it, and answer questions. I told you I have them set up so that they work to mastery, which means when this current grade says 100%, they can stop. And so another good thing and another thing that makes this mobile friendly is that students can start to work on the an Inquisitive practice. They might just do it for 5 minutes and need to take a break or need to do something else. Inquisitive will save where they are. It will populate in the gradebook with, you know, if it's 10 points and they've gotten halfway through, then it will say 5 out of 10. But as soon as they open it back up and continue working, it will pick up right where they left off and they can work until they reach that mastery. So you'll notice I have some other resources in here if you would like to use them or just need a reminder as you're setting up your shells. There is no manual grading needed to use Inquisitive in this way. So I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that you at least experiment with Inquisitive. I did include a link in the Microsoft Word document where you could go and take a look. I'll show you where that is. If you go right here, you can go to the field guide page and see what each of these exercises consists of. And again, they are all fully modifiable, so you can tweak them in any way that you might desire. So, and obviously, if you're worried about students having proficiency in some of these higher order things, then maybe those are the only ones that you want to include, and that would be fine. All right, I hope this has been helpful. If you have questions, you can reach out to me, adoty@southeast.edu, or our Norton rep, or Janine or Phip. I'm sure that any of us would be happy to help you. All right. Thank you so much and enjoy using Inquisitive.